Well, hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. Where are we? Well, sort of on the road between Konya and Yereskippu, and now we're going to go join the main Limassol to Paphos highway, because we're just on the outskirts of Paphos, and we're going to drop down to the Limassol roundabout. And in my opinion, I think it's a great view indeed, so don't click off just yet. It's a little bit cloudy in Paphos today, by the way. We're in the first few days of February, if you're new to the channel, and we're driving around with Mr. Paul, and we're going to head through the Anavargos part of Paphos and head towards the lower part of Masoi Avenue, because we're taking a car for an MOT. That's what we're doing, yeah, in this little video, and well, talking a little rubbish as we drive around in Paphos. So this is a drop down to the Limassol roundabout. If you take a left, you go right down all the way to Cape Paphos, which of course is the promenade and the harbour area. But like I say, we're going to shoot straight over the Limassol roundabout and head towards Anavargos. Now, big shout out to some of the stars that like to watch the show now and again. If your name's Dame Ann in downtown Hartlepool, a very good morning to you. We hope you're having a great day, and hopefully Purdy is not walking you. Hopefully you'll walk in Purdy, and hopefully Sir Peter is going to look after you and perhaps treat you to lunch or something nice, a little treat. Big shout out to Vicky in the Sugarella shop in downtown Paphos. And as time goes on, we'll go make a special video on that shop and get a little bit of sweetness into everybody's life. Downtown Paphos is having a bit of a makeover, as we know, but slowly but surely it's going to come kicking back into life. Let's switch lanes. Let's check there's nothing coming. There we are, because when those when those lights go to green, we're going to boot it. Yes, Lady Andrea, we can. No, we're not. We're going to drive nice and carefully, nice and sensibly as we drive in around Paphos. I warn you now, if you've got a car, if you're going to rent a car, or perhaps even steal a car if you come into Paphos, drive around and make sure you don't speed, because if you do, it won't be long before you get caught, because there's boys and girls in blue waiting everywhere, especially for you. And on top of that, there are little camera vans, and in Paphos alone now we have 6, and of course they can move here, there and everywhere, and they operate a very long shift from early in the morning until late in the evening. So if you don't want an infringement on your credit card and you don't want to have to go on the internet to pay it, I suggest you keep that foot nice and light on the gas. Here we are, downtown Anavargos. Anavargos roundabout is going to come up very soon but surely, and of course there'll be water shooting up everywhere. It'll be shooting its load, as I say. There it is in the distance. No rude connotations there, Mr. Paul. Shut up, you naughty little boy. There it is, the Anavargos roundabout, and there's water shooting absolutely everywhere. As tradition goes in Cyprus, we're in the wrong lane, so we're now going to flick into the right lane. No one cares, because no one in Cyprus, when they're driving around, understands what lane they should be in, by the way. They don't even understand what a roundabout is. This girl here, the odds are, no, yeah, there we are, see, so she went through on the inner lane, which would have meant she should have gone straight, and then she indicated quite politely to come back in. See, no one in downtown Paphos, Cyprus in particular, actually cares about much of the legalities of driving on the roads. Although at the moment we are now taking it very light-footed, because like I say, there's a lot of people trying to catch us speeding, and on top of that they are fitting these traffic light camera things as well to stop us going through amber and red lights. There we are. There's a man in an S5 Audi. He's got plenty of power, but unfortunately well, he can't be using it too often, can he? What a waste of his money. There's an interesting building. Look at that, new building that's gone up in Paphos. What it's going to be, I don't know, but as time goes on we will let you know. Let's take a left and not go through the camera system, just over yonder, and head down here to our MOT man, because he's going to MOT a car for us, which is just pulling up over there, a Ford Focus. So stick with us as I go for a dismount. I'll give you a wave, by the way, and I go and give them some, well, brief instructions, isn't it, of what's going to go on, so you can enjoy the views out into the MOT bays. And he doesn't seem to be very busy today, does he? No, of course it is quite early, so give him a little bit of time. I'll be back shortly. Don't click off just yet. There we are, I'm back. See, live action on the little channel known as Marika and Me. For those of you who understand and know what we do, well, we've got car mechanics and a car body shop, and of course we dibble and we dabble in the odd car sale as well. That car's going in for an MOT. There's the daughter coming out, that's the boss, she's the girl in charge. And of course, they'll give us a call to let us know if it's failed or if it's passed. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's passed. Although, to be honest, we don't really care either way, do we? Because it's not our car. If it fails, we can get our hand into that customer's pocket that little bit deeper and make a couple of bob or two. Right, we're going to head back up towards the traffic light danger zone, where they've been fitting these silly camera things that stop us from, well, making illegal U-turns and going through on amber and those kind of things. And we're all taking it very, very seriously, because we understand if we don't, we're going to get, well, fined, and fined a lot. So in this lane, it doesn't affect you. You can turn whenever you want, as long as it's clear, isn't it? We're heading now towards Uptown Little. There it is on the right hand side. And as I said at the start of the video, it's a little bit of a gloomy day today, although the temperature, if you're curious to know, is not bad. 18 degrees for the first week of February. That's pretty good. And it's very calm. If you look at those trees, there's no big winds going on. It's just that little bit dull, shall we say. Although perhaps if you're watching from downtown in Krakow in Poland and your name's Anna, my superstar, perhaps it's a little bit more chilly. I don't know. Drop it in the comments. Or perhaps if you're in Uptown in Glasgow and your name's Lady Kirsty, I don't know. It might be a little bit more chilly your way. Drop it in those comments. And of course, if your name's Miss Enid in downtown Yorkshire, drop it in the comments and tell us, what's your temperature? What's your weather like? And what's February like for you? Is it a dark and dreary month, or are you getting excited because of course springtime is coming, and before you know it, you could all be dancing and prancing down the downtown Paphos promenade. Here we are, gridlock traffic in Midtown Paphos. This is a road that was dug up for around about 18 months, if you remember. Now it's all been put back together, and they've put lots of things to stop us parking on pavements, shall we say. There is allocated parking spots, as you can see, but of course there's never enough, is there? Because people in cars, wow, what terrible people, aren't we? We really are. Well, that's what the governments tell us, aren't we? All the governments of the world tell us we're absolutely awful people, and we're driving around in these things that are kicking out CO2s and emissions, and we're destroying the world. And we are really, really naughty, naughty people, as they drive around in their entourage of 12 Range Rovers and Bentleys and then get onto private jets. Anyway, that's the rant over. This is Midtown Paphos on a rather gloomy morning. A little bit of business has been done. We're now going to head out, if you're curious to know, towards Clorica and get another car and take it to the workshop. Like I say, if you've got some problems with your car, perhaps you've hit a gate post, backed into a gate post, who knows, or perhaps some mechanical problems, don't forget to go and hunt us down, and of course we'll come and make all of your problems vanish for a little bit of spondooly, shall we say. Midtown Paphos on a gloomy day in the first week of February. Papa John's, there we are, new business opening up there on the left hand side. Used to be the Bank of Cyprus, now it's Papa John's. I wonder if the Papa John's down yonder as you hit the old town is staying open, or perhaps it's just relocated. Possibility, it could be a new franchise, couldn't it? Because it's quite a long way away, and we all understand that lots of people like pizza. There's no doubt about that. Drop in the comments, what's your fast food pizza joint? Domino's if your name's Lady Andrea, I've no doubt. I'm a bit of a Pizza Hut fan myself. Papa John's, not really. I don't think it's the best. Well, not in Cyprus anyway. But drop in the comments, what do you think is the best? New supermarkets open there on the right hand side as well, by the way. I tell you what, don't come down a road for a week and lots of new businesses open up. Anyway, if you want a bit of reliability in your life, ooh, better stop here, you never know. Get used to stopping, isn't it? But anyway, as I was saying, if you want a bit of reliability in your life, just over yonder, ignore the Peugeot bit, but above that is the Honda bit. And that is the main Honda dealer and Peugeot dealer for Paphos. And to be honest, Peugeots perhaps are getting better, but Honda, of course, has got a very, very good reputation indeed. But you never know. I might pop out one of these days and buy a Peugeot. Drop in the comments, what do you think? I've got one, and that's been very, very unreliable indeed. But perhaps, of course, if I bought a newer one, like a 508, drop in the comments, what do you think of that? Perhaps if you're the Toyota Maestro, Sir David, what do you think of that? Should we go and buy a Peugeot? Drop in the comments. There it is. Anyway, main dealer, Honda and Peugeot on the right-hand side. And I'm sure they'll cut you a good deal. Well, probably not, but you'll get a nice new car, won't you? That's for sure. Paphos supermarket on the right-hand side. And just over yonder is a thing called a roundabout, which is quite new to Cyprus, and most people don't know what they're for. Often they just drive straight over them, by the way. Now, we were talking about Papa John's before. Well, the old Papa John is just down the bottom here. So let's go and see if that one's relocating or is it close. Let's go and have a look. And then we'll turn into the old town, and I'm going to say a big goodbye. If you like what you see, hit the like, click that, subscribe. Don't forget, they've moved. There it is. In big words, we have moved. Same road, better store up the road. And to be honest, yes, with better parking. And it is all about parking, isn't it? Anyway, if you like what you see, hit the like, click that, subscribe. Don't forget to keep coming back for a little bit more of our complete and utter madness. And while you're at it, go and hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. That's where you can gift us that virtual coffee or two. Read a little bit more about us. Of course, there's comments on there for you to read. There's a lot of people out there that love us very much indeed. And we'd like to thank you all from the bottom of our two hearts. You can also join us as a Superstar member at only €10 a month. Get yourself a special title, get yourself that little bit closer to Marika and me, and of course on top of all of that, coming very soon indeed, is the Marika and me privilege card. Discounts and privileges in and around Paphos, in particular indicator Paphos, Promenade and Harbour area. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again very soon indeed. By the way, this is Kennedy Square at the top of the old town. Could be somewhere interesting for you to come and have a look, especially on a weekend. All these cafeterias and wine bars around here get very busy indeed.